MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The Montana Constitution might be going through a few changes if some legislatures have their way. We'll take a closer look at some of the proposed amendments coming up at 6:33.
And they do the dirty work for the Hollywood hotshots, sometimes risking life and limb for the best scenes. Coming up at 6:39, we'll talk with a Montana stuntman whose work you can see right now on some TV shows going around.
Well, that's pretty cool. 6:33. Chet Lehman, Jay McDonald, Matt Elwell.
You got the gang back together.
It's all here.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's here.
Glad you had a nice time off.
I'm glad you had some days. You were calling games.
I was calling games, yeah.
Unfortunately, Jane had to do all the heavy lifting.
I was holding the desk down.
You were doing good. Yeah. It was good.
Okay, so today is the first day of spring.
Yes,
right.
it is.
3:24.
I brought my gloves and hat.
Which is what we need because we're talking snow showers as you get into the afternoon. Right now it's pleasant into the teens and 20s. Yeah, it feels like spring. Montana style. Looks like Mother Nature's going to throw a little snow our direction. It's kind of like celebrating with confetti.
Right.
Snow.
Right.
That's a positive.
Nature's confetti.
Spotty snow showers. We're not talking a lot of accumulation during the daytime hours. More toward the evening and overnight, we see some of the heaviest snow, but the mountains will be picking up some snow. So if your travels are taking you that direction, just beware for the late afternoon. Daytime highs, expected to be in the low 30s, but we are seeing scattered snow showers for the afternoon, evening, and early part of tomorrow. I'm going to break it all down for you coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:34 now. The 68th legislative session well into its second half now, and lawmakers are starting to take a closer look at proposals to amend the Montana Constitution.
MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian breaks down some of the possible amendments and the broader debate over making changes to the document.
When Republicans took a 102-seat supermajority in the Montana legislature, that gave them the power to propose changes to the Montana Constitution without Democratic support. So it was widely expected that constitutional amendments would be a big topic of discussion this session.
Anytime we can give the opportunity to the people to be able to decide, I'm all for that.
This week, the House Judiciary Committee has held 4 hearings on constitutional amendment proposals. On Wednesday, they heard a proposal to expand the constitutional right to bear arms, removing an exception for concealed weapons. Earlier bills included one to guarantee a right to hunt, fish, and trap using current means and methods, and another to redefine Montana Regents' authority over college campuses in response to recent court cases. Other upcoming amendments are expected to propose changes in how Supreme Court justices are selected and some abortion-related measures. House Speaker Matt Regier said he expects a dozen or so proposed amendments to get serious consideration.
A lot of great ideas in those, and we'll see out of those 12, 13, 14 which ones come to the top and go from there.
For a constitutional amendment to move forward in the legislature, it has to receive 100 votes between the House and Senate. After that, it goes on the general election ballot. Republicans stress that it would be up to the voters whether any of these changes are approved. Democrats have accused the majority of attempting to push through amendments that don't have public support. Wednesday at the Capitol, advocacy groups like the ACLU of Montana and Montana Environmental Information Center held a rally opposing constitutional changes.
People are allowed to bring constitutional referenda. It's good. It's a living, evolving document. But what we're seeing is, again, I think a flagrant disregard for the existing provisions.
Organizers said they believe the number of proposed amendments could overwhelm voters.
I think that we're concerned about voter education, voter information, and the invite to out-of-state interest and moneyed interest to pour money into the campaigns and really tip the scales and misinform and mislead people.
Regier says he doesn't see an issue with the number of amendments voters may be asked to consider.
I have 100% confidence in them that they can weigh in and that they can make the right choices. There are multiple other states that have double-digit ballot initiatives each year on their ballot, and I think it's a good way to get a test on some of these higher priorities, top issues for the state, and let the voters weigh in on that.
Constitutional amendment proposals have a later transmittal deadline than general bills. They'll have to move forward by the start of April in order to stay in consideration. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
All right, 6:37 now. In other news, drug overdose deaths have been topping more than 100,000 a year in recent years. This includes a record number of pregnant women and new mothers.
Jesse Cohen shows us new ways hospitals are working to reverse this trend.
The stigma behind addiction. does far more than bring people down.
From a nursing standpoint,
it prevents some from getting the health care they need.
we fill out these 2 pages.
So we have to overcome a lot of that when it comes to reimagining and readdressing the disease of addiction.
That's what Dr. Donald Stater has dedicated his career to working on as an emergency and addiction medicine physician at Swedish Medical Center.
This is an area of tremendous stigma within medicine and really within society, period.
The biggest barrier for every patient is stigma and continues to be.
A year ago, he embarked on a journey to change hospital policy statewide in Colorado by sending naloxone home with patients from emergency rooms.
With this for the patient.
It's a life-saving medication that reverses or reduces the effects of opioids. Now, phase 2 of the project focuses on labor and delivery units.
Overdose and suicide are the top killers of pregnant women in the country and in Colorado. That should give all of us as Americans a hard pause.
Rachel Duncan, the co-chair of the Colorado Moms Initiative, says addressing the stigma is at the center of fixing this issue.
A big part of this is really just working to remove that and open up those conversations, dispelling some of the rumors around what happens if I am using substances as a pregnant or postpartum patient.
Those spearheading this effort want to emphasize giving out naloxone isn't just about the compound, it's about the connection.
What we can do as a first step is really destigmatize that conversation at the bedside. So we talk frankly and openly about substance use. And if a mother or a pregnant person is using substances, to then use that as an opportunity to provide naloxone and say your life matters, your life of your child matters, and we want you to be alive and to be a healthy mom once your child is born.
I was super excited. It's because it was really the gateway to help with forming a bond with these moms for them to feel like they could talk to us and they can open up.
As a perinatal nurse practitioner, Mary Gambato has already experienced the success this approach can have.
What I'd like to say to those moms is that there is help out there, and it's not your fault that this is going on. We can walk the path together.
And that trust, that support, is what leads to people seeking out treatment.
And what treatment does is the most amazing thing, is it reunites that person with their health, and it allows that mother or that pregnant person to be an amazing parent when that child comes out.
This approach has already caught the attention of other states.
We actually are concentrated as a nonprofit at piloting this in 10 different states coming in 2023.
And they plan to keep working until every hospital across the country is providing this crucial medication and support so many new moms need. Jesse Cohen, Scripps News, Denver.
All right, 6:40. Are you binge watching a show right now?
I am, personally. Yeah.
I have another idea for you. Here's one you can add to your list.
Ooh.
That has ties to Montana.
Oh, I'm in, okay. But unlike the hit show Yellowstone, this one centers around surviving a modern-day takeover by fungus-infested humans who resemble zombies. What could be better? MTN's Alina Howder explains Montana's connection to this dystopia.
Let's go.
That was Adrian Hine, who I just threw down the stairs. Don't worry, he's okay. The Billings-based stuntman has been in a variety of works, like The Jungle Book, 300, and even World War Z. And he gave me a sneak peek into the inner workings of what it's like to be a professional stuntman.
There's a chance that you've already seen Adrian Hine on the big screen, but you just didn't know it.
My first stunt doubling job was for doubling Chris Evans on Fantastic Four.
Yes, Captain America himself. That's just one of many roles the Vancouver native has filled as a stunt performer, starting all the way back in high school.
I just thought, well, if I just could get on a movie set, they do stunts on it. So I started with background, being an extra.
Adrian was ahead of the curve with an extensive gymnastics background. But back then, he says he didn't know how to throw a punch.
This is from the movie 300. So I just trained hard in all the different martial arts. And I don't really have a belt in anything, but that's kind of my thing now, is it's movie fighting.
Hines' wife went to Skyview, and the couple relocated to the Magic City to be closer to her family.
Pretty good.
But he travels all over the world for roles, with some pretty big names.
And then Ryan Reynolds came in, did Deadpool, and then went over to Berlin for Captain America.
It's a labor of love, and Adrian couldn't imagine doing anything else.
The work itself I enjoy, so that's rewarding. And then being able to see, on the screen and then have it out for forever, published forever, it is rewarding.
So keep your head up around town. You never know who you might run into. In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
That's pretty cool.
That is so fun.
I love that. I'll look for his name now in the credits when I watch some of those movies.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Well, we are about to take a short break, but